Good morning. I'd like to call to order the special joint meeting of the New Canaan Board of Education and the Board of Selectmen. This morning we have 8 of our Board of Education members with us, and given the topic of this morning's meeting, I am going to recuse myself from participation in the rest of the meeting, and I will turn over the meeting to Brendan Hayes, Vice Chair. Kevin, do you want to open your side of the meeting?
Yes, this is a special meeting of the Board of Selectmen of the town of New Canaan on Friday, October 22nd at 8 a.m. And I'm present. Nick Williams is present by phone, and Kathleen Corbett is present by Zoom or webinar, whatever we're on.
So maybe I'd start with just asking for a motion to approve the agenda. Sherry, second. Bob, all those in favor? Kevin, do you want to do the same on your end?
We don't do that for the Board of Selectmen.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So we're here today to talk about filling the vacant seat that was vacated by Carl Gardner on October 1st. We as a Board of Education under Connecticut statutes have 30 days to do that. In light of the fact that we as a board have considered the options that we have, we are universally, unanimously in support of Katrina Parkhill taking that seat. And maybe I'll just say a few words about Katrina and the leadership that she's exhibited over the last 18 months, which has just been extraordinary. She's in a normal year, chairman at the Board of Ed does a lot more than other members of the board. And in the past 18 months, that's been multiples of what it typically is. She's just shown extraordinary leadership. She's been a great outlet for the community in terms of feeling like they have someone that they can speak with, reach out to with issues that they may have. And she's been a great partner to the administration and all the people within the New Canaan Public Schools. So in that light, our board is supportive of Katrina remaining on the board. The issue that we have is that we have 30 days, and Katrina is currently on the board, so we can't shift her over after the 30 days are up. The Board of Selectmen or the first Selectmen have the option to appoint anyone to that vacant board seat if it's not filled within 30 days. So we are working with the Board of Selectmen. Would like to work with the Board of Selectmen to have Katrina appointed subsequent to October 31st to the board seat. So that's why we're here today. And I'd first like to ask if there's a motion to appoint Katrina, and then I can walk through a letter of agreement between the Board of Education and the Board of Selectmen that we'd like to enter into, and we can open up for a discussion. If that works. Is there a motion? Jen?
Yes, I'd like to move to approve a joint agreement of the Board of Ed and the Board of Selectmen regarding the appointment of Katrina Parkhill to the Board of Ed seat vacated by Carl Gardner, with such appointment taking effect on November 16th, 2021.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Sherry? Discussion. Actually, why don't I walk through, before we discuss, why don't I walk through the agreement? Brian, I don't know if, is that possible for you to put up on the screen? I emailed it to you a little while ago. Yeah.
Well, I'll pull it up right now.
Thank you. So I'll just read through it. It's the New Canaan Board of Education is seeking to fill the BOE seat vacated on October 1st, 2021 by Carl Gardner. Under Connecticut statutes, the BOE may appoint a qualified individual to such open seat, with the appointment taking effect within 30 calendar days of vacancy. Thereafter, the Board of Selectmen or First Selectmen may act to fill such open seat. Katrina Parkhill The current chair of the Board of Ed has provided extraordinary leadership, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Ms. Parkhill is not running for re-election to the BOE and is currently scheduled to leave the BOE on November 16th, 2021. Accordingly, Ms. Parkhill would be eligible for appointment to the vacant BOE seat effective November 16th, 2021. We'll fix that. And the BOE fully supports such appointment. Under Connecticut statutes and the charter of the town of New Canaan, the appointment of Ms. Parkhill may be made by the Board of Selectmen or First Selectman on or after November 1st, 2021, with such appointment taking effect within 90 calendar days based on town charter. Under these extraordinary circumstances, it's the mutual agreement of the BOE. Sorry, I lost it on my screen. Give me 1 sec. Under these extraordinary circumstances, it's the mutual agreement of the BOE and the Board of Selectmen to provide continuity of leadership to New Canaan Public Schools during the COVID-19 pandemic. After consultation with the BOE and in consideration of the direction of the BOE under these unique circumstances, the Board of Selectmen authorized First Selectman Kevin Moynihan to take the following irrevocable action in this matter. On November 1st, 2021, Mr. Moynihan shall appoint Ms. Parkhill to the BOE to fill the seat vacated by Carl Gardner, with such appointment effective on November 16th, 2021. Mr. Moynihan recognizes Ms. Parkhill's outstanding service to New Canaan, and that light agrees to make this appointment without regard to any change in circumstances or events that occur after this date. So that's the letter. Why don't we open it up for any discussion? Sherry.
So I just want to amplify the extraordinary leadership that Ms. Parkhill has provided over the past 18 months throughout the pandemic, and to underscore that we continue to lead through unprecedented times. And during this pandemic, the continuity of leadership is crucial. So I have full bipartisan support for this action. I think it's very clear that this is the best appointment for the district, for our students, and for our community.
Thanks, Sherry. Other comments? Jen?
I agree with everything Sherry just, Trina, you have been just a shining star for all of us here, and you've led us through such a crazy time, and we are so grateful for everything you've done. And we are so grateful that you have agreed to stay on and lead us through the next 2 years.
Kathleen?
Kathleen, we haven't started our portion of the.
Okay, excuse me.
Okay, sorry.
This is the Board of Ed discussion.
Anyone else in the Board of Ed? Penny?
Just echo what other people have said. Katrina has been a terrific leader of the Board of Education and a wonderful friend to the administration and a help to all the students in the district. And so I'm delighted that the Board of Selectmen is agreeing to make this appointment, because we technically can't do it within our time frame. And I think that it will serve the New Canaan Public School Districts well.
Bob?
Yeah, I was going to say, thank you, Katrina, for stepping up. We'll, as you know, we're all on board with this. And I did have one procedural question on the date. I know it says effective the 16th. Our meeting is the 15th. So I was just wondering what the deal is with that.
We're planning on moving that back. It's apparently 2 weeks after the election, so that would make it the 16th, and our meeting will be moved from the 15th to the 16th.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep. Any other comments on our side?
So
Okay.
I don't know how, Brendan, how are you going to do this procedurally? Are we taking a vote and then it's the Board of Selectmen taking a vote? Or how are we
I think
doing?
that's,
I
think
would
that's
just
how we'll
like
do
to-
it. Yeah.
All right. So just because as a long-term member of the Board of Ed, I'd just like to hear from each of the selectmen that they agree with this and wholeheartedly on it before we take a vote. as the Board of Ed to do this.
Okay, so first of all, as a lawyer, I find this whole process very legalistic and perhaps unnecessary, but I totally support everything that has been said about Katrina. I've worked with her the past 2 years and or longer actually, and she's done a fabulous job through COVID, and I really support her 110% to continue. For the record, I urged her more than 3 weeks ago to do this, and so I'm very pleased to support this motion today.
Yeah, this is Nick, everybody. I think this is an inspired and elegant solution. And by solution, what am I talking about? One way or the other, we're going to have an election and we're going to have a lot of new members on the Board of Education. And having Katrina's experience and prowess in running the board through the most difficult times we've seen probably ever is just terrific. And as a former chairman of the board myself, I know just how much work it is, and I can only imagine when you multiply that work times the pandemic and the terrific showing that we've had as a school district and as a town. So I second Kevin's motion. So if we're going, the legal route, I suppose we'll need a motion if that was a motion.
Penny asked for our comments, so Kathleen, why don't you give your comments and then we'll make a motion.
Okay, sure. I'm happy to wrap up here. Katrina Parkhill, I have to say thank you on behalf of our town for your leadership, for the Board of Education, for what you represent in terms of all of our kids. I'm so delighted that you could kindly consider to continue on as a board member of the Board of Ed. And so I wholeheartedly support this process and this agreement between the Board of Ed and the Board of Selectmen.
Great. So why don't we vote on the Board of Ed side on Jen's motion? All those in favor? That's unanimous. Kevin?
Just the record should show Katrina was abstaining for the minutes.
Yep.
The draft I saw said November 15th, so I'm not really clear. So what we're approving today says November 16th, right?
It should be November 16th across the board.
So
where it said November 15th.
With that change, or with that clarification, I move that we approve this agreement as presented.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Who seconded? Nick?
I did.
Okay. Do we have further discussion on our side? Again, I would like to thank.
No, I would just add my thanks to Katrina for stepping up. It's great that she's doing so.
And I second that. Thank you, as I'm sure Kathleen does.
I do.
With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So I think we have
we just now need a motion to adjourn on the Board of Ed side. Penny?
So moved.
Jen? All those in favor?
You can vote on that, Katrina.
And I thank you all, Board of Ed and Dr. Lutzy. This has been a great action today. So thank you, and I move we adjourn.
Second.
Thanks to the Board of Selectmen.
Great.
Yeah, okay. Have a great day, everyone.